Now what we got to do is we got to go back into the code, and we're going to create a new variable. We'll call it bullet, and it has to be a game object. Now when we fire, we're going to want to also instantiate our bullet. So var instantiated bullet equals instantiate bullet this dot transform dot position and this transform dot rotation. Now that we have access to the instantiated bullet in code, we can just add some velocity to it. And you know what? Actually, the bullet has to be a rigid body. That we have access to velocity and the gravity and stuff like that. So, bullet, instantiated bullet, dot velocity equals transform dot transform direction. No, I didn't spell that right. Transform direction. And we're gonna want it to go forward. So vector 3 forward, which is the same thing as 0 on the X, 0 on the Y, and 1 on the Z. And then we're going to multiply it by a variable called speed. So variable speed equals integer. And in the start we'll call it 10. Line 30. Oh, I didn't put a semicolon. Now we gotta make our bullet prefab. I'm just gonna skim down a sphere. Has a nice bullet look. I'm gonna replace the sphere collider with a box collider. And we're gonna make the size on the Z a little bit larger, so when it hits the wall it has some space, it has some room to hit the wall. So we have to add a rigid body to it as well, and we're just gonna freeze the rotation and not use gravity. So create new prefab, bullet prefab, and you know what, that was actually a really big bullet, so let's scale it down, reapply it,